Good day, viewers. My name is Okpeyoluwa Halde. I'm a biology instructor. I'm here once again to discuss a topic with you called angiosperms. 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 You must have heard of this word angiosperms before. It's one of the classifications under the plant kingdom. One of the classifications under the plant kingdom. If I take you to the memory lane, let's say, if you remember the plant kingdom, it has three main divisions. Stylophyta. The plant kingdom has three main divisions. Division Stylophyta. We have the Bryophyta. We have the Trachyphyta. The Bryophyta and the Stylophyta are not well developed, but Trachyphyta are well developed. Trachyphyta has true roots, stems, and leaves, which the other ones don't have. And they are also vascular plants. They are vascular plants because they have vascular bundles. They are vascular plants because they have vascular bundles called xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem. Xylem conducts water and mineral salts, while phloem conducts manufactured food for vascular plants. So it's under this Trachyphyta that we have two other groups called the Pteridophyta and Spermatophyta. Pteridophyta and Spermatophyta. Pteridophytes are spore-bearing. Non-flowering plants. Of course, they have true root, stem, and leaves, but they produce spores. They are commonly called ferns. While Spermatophyta are seed-producing plants. You see, seed-producing plants. So my focus will be on the Spermatophyta. From there, we will trace the origin to Angiosperms. So let me pick on. So I've talked about our Stylophyta. These Stylophyta are the algae, mainly the algae. Where we have the green algae, the red algae, green. Example is Pyodia and Volvox. Red algae, brown algae. Example of brown algae is Sargassum kelp. The Bryophyta is the moss and bigger ones. Most of them are always one cell thick. Yes. So my main focus is on Spermatophyta now. I want to trace Spermatophyta angiosperms. So if I draw this now, Spermatophyta. I said they are seed producing plants. Spermatophyta has two main groups. We have the Gymnosperms and the Angiosperms. That's where our Angiosperms come out from. So we can't just pick Angiosperm in isolation without tracing the origin. Angiosperms, see now? But they are seed-producing plants. Yes. Now, one thing about the difference between Angiosperm and Gymnosperms is that Gymnosperms bear leaves. They bear leaves with naked seeds. You see, they bear leaves with naked seeds. Why these ones are commonly called flowering plants, and these ones are commonly called flowering plants because they bear seeds which is enclosed within fruits. Their seeds are enclosed Seeds enclosed within fruits. Seeds are enclosed within fruits. The seeds are enclosed within fruits. Now, the issue is this. Gymnosperm bears leaves with naked seeds. Flowering plant seeds enclosed within fruits. You see now, what makes them produce fruits? Let me focus on angiosperms now. They produce fruit because they have a female reproductive system. A female reproductive system. Female reproductive system. Female reproductive system that has an ovary, that bears an ovary and an ovule. So this ovary that produces the fruit and the ovule that produces the seed. You see. So generally, angiosperms are the largest group of plants in the plant kingdom. They form the largest group of plants in the plant kingdom. There are about 25,000 species of plants in the other angiosperms. And they are multi-adapted to any form of environment, any form of habitat. That's not about angiosperms. Yes. So they also have a broad view of vascular tissues. Yes, widely classified vascular tissues for transporting water and manufactured food. So this flowering reproductive system bears the ovary that produces fruit that enclose the seed. That's not about angiosperms. That's why they call them flowering plants. Flowering plants. But you know, the fruit can be formed without involving the male reproductive system, which is the anther and the filament. The male reproductive system. The male reproductive system of the flower is the stamen. So it is through pollination that will be formed and the process of fruit development will take place. But that's where my focus is. My focus now is now that I want to explain the two main groups of angiosperms, which are dicotyledon, and monocotyledon. Dicotyledon and monocotyledon. You see, dicotyledon and monocotyledon. Now, let's take the first one. What is dicotyledon? Dicotyledon. These bear seeds with two seed leaves or cotyledons. Now take note, they are the more primitive angiosperms. They are more primitive angiosperms. They are the simpler angiosperms. And they bear seeds. Angiosperms. They bear seeds with two seedlings or two cotyledons. Now, they are mostly trees, shrubs. They are mostly trees, shrubs, and herbs. They are mostly trees, shrubs, and herbs. Someone will ask me, what is the meaning of what I did in this tree, this theory? They are, of course, they are all plants, but trees are what? Tall woody plants. Tall woody plants with a main trunk. Examples are orange, cashew, mahogany, mango. Then shrubs are shorter woody plants. With several stems arising from the base. Example are hibiscus, rose, cotton, ixora plant. Then herbs are mainly non-woody stems. Herbs are mainly non-woody stems. Herbs are mainly non-woody stems. Yes, yes. Herbs are mainly non-woody, like the cereals now, like vegetables, grasses, cereals. Cereals, your maize, millet, corn. So now all that you must know about the dicotyledon. Number two, I've talked about the bed seal with two cotyledons each. Now, their floral parts. What do you mean by floral parts? The parts of the flower that makes up the flower, the petals, the sepals, the stamens, and carpels are in groups of 4 or 5. Normally, the stamens and the carpels are the essential parts of the flower, while the petals and the sepals are the non-essential parts. If I draw something like this now, when you draw them, the way they are oriented like this, they are oriented. So groups of 4 and 5. The flowers come out like that outside through these groups. You can't get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then their leaves have veins which are branched. You know, we call it net venation. Net venation. No, if I draw the leaves of the dicot now, something like this. So this is you are seeing here that the veins of the leaves. The line when you take a leaf, when you're much younger, you take a leaf, the lines will break. Those are the veins. Those veins actually make up the vascular bundles. The veins of the leaves are actually the vascular tissues, which is your xylem and phloem. They make up the vascular tissues. You see now, make up the vascular tissues. So the leaves have veins. So now, we also have on the stem and the roots, the vascular bundles on stem and root are well arranged. Vascular bundles on stem and roots are well arranged. If I draw the terminal section on the stem now, this is the vascular of the stem like this. This is the vascular bundle. They are well arranged. You see, well arranged. Sometimes we draw the cambium to see. And another feature that they have a taproot system. They have a taproot system, a deep root, and they also undergo what is called secondary growth. What secondary growth? Secondary growth means the increase in the width. Secondary growth means increase in width or girth. We'll still talk about secondary growth in our class, but know that the part of the plant responsible for secondary growth is the lateral meristem. Meristem is the region of growth in plants. Lateral meristem, while the region of primary growth is apical meristem. Apical meristem is secondary growth, is primary. So examples of dicot, you have hibiscus flower, you have pawpaw, you have mango, cashew. We are told you there are trees, shrubs, or herbs. So when I think about all trees and shrubs, mainly talk about the dicotyledon. Now monocotyledon. These are the most advanced plants. These are the most advanced plants. We call them the most recently evolved plants. Most advanced plants. Recently evolved. So they are mainly special. You look at the dicots, there are several branches and trees, but for this one, they don't have several branches. They are mainly specialized. Their their body's function is mainly specialized, and they are generally herbs. They are generally herbs only. Generally herbs, unlike the dicots that are herbs, trees, shrubs, or herbs. So now the characteristics now. Number one, the bear seeds. The bear seeds with one cotyledon or one seed leaf. Number two, floral parts. I told you the floral parts are the sepals, petals, stamens, and carpels. Floral parts are in multiples of threes. It's just something like this now. It's something like this. The flower part in threes. So the petals, sepals develop around this flower part in threes. Now, in this case, the vascular bundles of the stem only. We don't talk about the vascular bundles of the wood. Vascular bundles, which are the xylem and phloem of the stem, is scattered. The stem is scattered. They have a fibrous root system. A fibrous root system is a shallow root. A fibrous root system is a shallow root system. If I draw a fibrous root system now, it's like this. This is the plant. The root is just superficial. They don't go deep, unlike the taproot system that goes deep into the soil. You see that now? So now, fibrous root system. Now, the leaves have veins. That's my 5. Leaves have veins that are parallel to each other. If you draw an example of a leaf, if you draw a leaf down and you go like this, you see the veins. I think the veins are the vascular bundles, them and phloem, that parallel to those lines you see. You look at the maize, example is the maize plant now. The maize leaf, you have seen the maize leaf before. It looks like there are lines there. Then lastly, they do not undergo secondary growth. They do not undergo secondary growth. Now, the main structure that brings about secondary growth is the cambium. The main structure that brings about secondary growth is the cambium. I said the lateral meristem. So examples of monocots now, all cereals are monocots, all cereals. Maize, millet, rice, sorghum, wheat, barley. And before I go, let me quickly tabulate the difference between monocot and dicot for those that might not be able to extract the points. Monocotyledon and dicotyledon. Monocotyledon and dicotyledon. Now, differences. Number one seed leaf. Two seed leaf. This one. Number two. Floral parts in threes. Number two. Floral parts in 4 or 5 files, okay, material, parallel venation of leaves. This one number 3, net venation of leaves. Can you see now? There's some three rules. One set leaves, two set leaves, four other parts in series, four other parts in 4 to 5. Parallel venation. So we've talked about this one. Let's talk about the ring theory. We have number 1 here, number 4, fibrous root system, tap root system, then scattered vascular bundles, well arranged vascular bundles, we have no secondary growth, yes, secondary growth occurs. You see now, these are the 6 main differences between monocot and dicot. So today, we have exhaustively talked about angiosperms, which is part of the division for the spermatophyte under the plant kingdom. And one thing you must know about angiosperms in terms of reproduction, they undergo what is called double fertilization. We'll be talking about more of that in the course of this work. They undergo what is called double fertilization. That's a unique feature of angiosperms. See you in the next class. Good day.